In 2026, having no friends is totally normal. There's nothing to be ashamed of, so don't be. Because as adults, making real, authentic friends is nearly impossible, right? It's so hard to find someone who you can connect with on a personal, deep level, someone who gets you and loves you for who you are. They're hard to come by. I haven't found anyone like that in my adulthood. Friends I is in touch with all from middle school. They are the only ones that who get me and love me for who I am, who appreciate my idiosyncrasies. I really love them. Yes, I made some casual friends here and there as an adult, but those friendships didn't last. There are always invisible walls between us. Something was always lacking in those friendships, so I couldn't truly bond with them. I've been wondering why, and like why do you have a hard time making friends as adults, right? I've been, thinking about it, and maybe it's because of the priority shift that happens between adolescence and adulthood, Like when we graduate school and start working, we become more career oriented and goal oriented, right? In a way that our life starts to revolve around a career and status, which makes us more, self-centered and manipulative. Like, adults tend to make friends based on what they can bring to the table rather than the connections they have, interests they share, right? We start to see things through the lens of the lens that are they useful for me, And we see people through the lens and everything becomes transactional. It's not about, connections anymore. It's all about strategy to, network and further our goals, right? And I think with that business practical mindset, true friendships cannot exist. So I think that is one of the biggest reasons why we can't make friends as adults. And also, as adults, we expect it to be mature and behave according to societal norms, right? We need to hide our true nature, hide ourselves, and filter what we say and pretend to be someone else, pretend to be socially conventional, straight to fit in, right? Society doesn't allow you to be yourself and forces you to wear a fake persona. And I think if we are faking ourselves, we cannot truly connect, because we're interacting with that fake persona, right? You're not true persona. So as long as we're wearing that mask, we cannot truly bond. And think about people in your workplace. They're, performing to a varying degree, right? And I think you often see interactions like, small talk like, "Hey, how are you?" And what did you do last weekend? How's the kid doing? That kind of stuff. And on the surface, it seems so wholesome, caring, and supportive, but in their minds, they don't give a shit about how that other person is really doing, right? Because they are just following the script and going through the motions. That's it. That's what they're doing. And if if everyone's following that script and you deviate from that script and say something deeply personal, for example, I actually, my cousin passed away, so I had to go to his funeral last weekend. It was really emotional and I feel a little raw, so I'm not feeling well. Thanks for asking. If you say something like that, they would be kind of startled. They would be like, "What? What?" They wouldn't know what to say, right? And what I'm saying here is that almost every interaction that happens in the workplace is fake and performative. And how can we make friends in that kind of environment, Workplace isn't a good breeding ground for friendships, I guess, because real friendships require honesty and vulnerability, right? So if everyone is hiding behind these personas, fake business personas, we can't know each other, right? We can't find find them out. So it's impossible. And the irony is, society judges you for not having friends, but create an environment where making real friends is nearly impossible, right? It's almost either you play along and build fake surface level relationships or stay alone. And I wouldn't blame you for choosing the latter because I'm one of them. I'd rather stay alone than make fake casual friends. I wanna, connect with people on a deep personal level. So I don't give a shit about making fake friends. And I just really hate how society is forcing us to act this way, behave this way, wear a mask. That's the requirement to survive in this society, right? It's so fake and going against our natural instincts. And the situation is only getting worse because of social media, you know, like everything is social media driven now, even down to motivation. Like, for example, back in the day, until social media came into being, we used to go to restaurants to eat and have a conversation with friends, right? But now kids go to restaurants to take pictures. Like, who'd have thought taking pictures comes before eating? Eating is one of the most primal human desires, along with sleeping and fucking, right? But taking pictures trumps everything now, right? And people travel for Instagram, not for the experience. It's fucking insane. And people following, like chasing empty validation and, like meaningless followers and likes online. And they measure their success and so forth based on how many followers they have and likes they get per post. It's so, hollow. And when you like as you play that game and get deeper into it, you lose a sense of self and stop caring about connecting with people, right? It's all about material success. And I hate it. Who wants to be friends with all these fake, phony, pretentious people, right? So having no friends in this day and age is totally understandable. It doesn't make you a loser. If anything, it makes you a real, authentic, genuine person who doesn't give a shit about validation or appearances. It's an it's evidence that you're a good person, and going against this trend in this society, it's really beautiful. But I get it, the sense of loneliness, that feeling is sometimes painful. It hits you when you're alone, right? I get it, but you shouldn't succumb to that feeling and, pretend to be someone else and fit in with them. It doesn't help you. So you should stay to yourself and stay alone and spend the time bettering yourself, like working out, reading books, learning new things for your growth and self-improvement. It's only for the better, I guess. So, yeah, I just wanted to talk about, I wanted to encourage people who have no friends to stay true to themselves, because having no friends in this day and age is totally understandable. Because, like I said, who wants to, play this social media game and get trapped in it? It's not good for mental health and it's not even enjoyable. So I quit social media in 2018, 19, right? It's so toxic and unhealthy on all accounts. So yes, so yeah, stay true to yourself and be who you are. Yeah, spend the time uh working on yourself, right? It's for the better. So yes, that's it. If you found this video resonating, let me know in the comments. See ya.